Battle control initialized.
Hello there, comrades and cannon fodder. Dvoid here. I've got a game on a map called Trask, a 1v1. Both of us using Russia for this game, and this map Trask, I like this. I've been using it for a fair while. It was one of my favourites, I should say, not is, because I don't use it as much now. There's a lot of newer maps that I spend a lot more time playing on. But this is, until fairly recently, it was one of my favourite maps. I do like it. It's weird, it's different, and a lot of players don't seem to like it or get on with it. Some players complain about this map, Trask, but I like it myself. The fact that it is a bit different, I don't mind that. It's a good map, I think. Just the oil capture phase. My opponent's putting some troops by the hospital in the middle. Hospitals are more important for Soviets than they are allies, but it will always give you extra view range, like I've mentioned in other videos. Always capture your neutral tech structures if you can. Looks like I've got 2 oil derricks now. My opponent's capturing his second. And he's reinforcing the centre, where I'm now going for the centre. Neither of us have got our scout vehicle yet, but it's close. Here, I've got my war factory placed, so has my opponent. We're both, looks like there's going to be a clash for the centre. My opponent's captured that hospital now, just in time, so he's got the view range advantage. Yeah, he hasn't got the screening ability, the equal screening. Oh, he killed the APC though. He did well. Yeah, and he can snipe that engineer, no problem there. So I've lost my engineer and I've lost my scout vehicle. But I did better in the engagement because I've got my infantry left. My opponent's lost all of his. Yeah, this, I set up my build order, my placement, not build order, my placements differently on this map. The war factory is used to extend my build radius, so I can place a refinery right next to this gem patch here, get it mined out quickly and let it regrow and stuff, because it's a useful patch. It gives you a nice little boost to your economy, those extra gems early. And you've got a nice initial patch to harvest here. This lasts a while. It's a nice chunky patch. My opponent looks like he's reinforcing his oil derrick, his forward oil derrick. He's repaired his scout vehicle. Yeah, I've transferred my ore trucks so they're all harvesting this main patch. Get it all harvested while I'm waiting to expand. I should have the MCVs there now, look, so I'm expanding. I always go up this way to this here because you can harvest these patches with 1 build radius, both of them. I do that rather than going for this main patch here, which is your natural expansion, to be fair, this one here. So going for that one, I just like to, and then get initial earnings out of these. Although I do normally, I would most of the time I build my refineries by each patch, not like that to harvest from both. Although it works either way, because the amount of harvesters or trucks that you've got can keep a good steady flow. But once these can be harvested quite quickly, these small ore patches, but then this one is ready to be expanded to, the natural expansion, to keep the money flowing and get tech and stuff by the time you need this. But I've got an APC hidden at the back here. It's got some grenadiers in it, so it's an important, I need to time it right. We're both building up our armies. And my opponent's moving 2 MCVs forward while he's got a 3rd in place, so he's maintained his production, and he's moving 2 forward. I've got these guys just in the right place to put him off. Bit of luck. And he's sending scouts forward, look. This MCV's idle. I could have run that down, but I'm building up a defensive position there. Reacting here. Yeah, he knows it's not much there stopping him, so he's gone back, but he's been dissuaded again. Here we go, we've got the main fight starting. He's lost his scout vehicle. Yeah, I'm trying to get my tanks into a good screening position. Trying to drive them round the side of my troops to get them in front. My opponent's got a big advantage in tanks now. This will start to cause a lot of casualties to my troops, but I've got one tank there, he's drawing a bit of fire at the right moment. Now I've got no tanks. This engagement's going to turn against me quickly. Hang in there, guys. I need to get that tank in position, and it'll win that engagement there and then, the last few units, just by making sure the tank's in the right place. And he's pushing forward with a build radius here. But we're both left with roughly like an equal army pretty much. So it was a large engagement, a lot of losses. That tank doesn't want to stop. If it does, it'll get baked. My Gren drop, it's targeted his service depot first, and I'm protecting my grenadiers as best I can. There, we've got a power plant. Nice, the APC's doing an excellent job, and I'm managing the grenadiers away from the enemy infantry. It may have even been I may have destroyed a power plant before I noticed. That's good. Now he's in low power, his infantry are producing at an extremely slow rate. He's got no tank production. So that's good. And he's pushing here to try and answer that, because I've just gutted his base with five grenadiers. Yeah, they've got the war factory. Very nice. He's got one war factory there, so he's lucky, but, you know, he can't produce tanks. I've destroyed his service depot. He's trying to make a position on this side, and I'm losing all troops. I should have paid better attention and salvaged them. Bought me some time though, and these guys are going to respond. Still got my grenadiers. They killed another refinery, so those grenadiers did very well. Is the APC doing a bit of scouting? So yeah, those grenadiers did brilliantly. While I'm moving my army over here, I've got my primary infantry production here where I'm vulnerable. He's got APCs moving to the front line. Yeah. I'm surprised I didn't push here instead, to be fair. I knew there were base defences there. Yeah, he has to respond here. Soon put him back into low power, I'm guessing. Yeah, destroying these. That's a pain, being in low power like that. I've got my MCV in danger now. Look, it's heading for danger, and the enemy's is as well. So, leg it. It's running for its life. Tanks chasing it. It's alright. I hope I get repaired straight away on that, and I've decided to run. And he's made it. I got my opponent's MCV, but mine made it. That's really nice. And I've got enough to stop his push here, look. Excellent defensive management, even if I say so myself. Salvaging assets, look, because I can't afford to lose any more ore trucks. I lost too many as it is. I've got some tech going, and I'm sending this MCV to set up that expansion. My opponent sent a tank on a small eco raid, but there's nothing there. Yeah, get those tanks. Screen them infantry. There we go. always get your heavy tanks to drive through flame towers, because the flame towers shots will miss unless he micros them to target your infantry. The flame towers shots will miss your tanks and be wasted, and your other units can wipe them out in the meantime. Yeah, I've got the expansion setting up. Pushed him away. My opponent's GG'd. Yeah. Advance of GG. Oh, my opponent's disconnected. Are the spectators watching? Yeah, it did change. But yeah, he's quit. So at this point, where the game technically ended, we'll have a look at the stats at this point. There's the army graph. Earnings. My opponent had a better economy than I did. It's not what you earn, it's what you do with it. There's my army, what's left. A very, very good force. You know, basic, it's only rifles, rockets and tanks, but, you know, it's a mechanized division, an armored division's worth. Combat stats. Yeah, it's a decisive defeat for my opponent. But it was a fairly decent game, that one. It was a shame they quit at the end instead of surrender, because the game's clearly over. They've said so, but some players just do that. It's a shame. It was a fun battle, though. He did manage to replace his service depot. But my force, I had too much of a superior force left. His economy has got 22 grand cash because of that low power that Gren drop put him in. It's just that Grenadier drop gutted his base. Although his attacks were quite feeble anyway. But still, the Gren drop really did gut his base out. Took his service depot, war factory, power plant, got some refineries, killed plenty of infantry in the meantime. So yeah, I was pleased with that. It was an exemplary Grenadier drop, that one. Truly exemplary. It's a shame I didn't manage to keep my APC alive, but it couldn't have been destroyed for long because it was over here doing a bit of scouting. It's a shame that it did very well supporting those Grenadiers. But there's the results of the game. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, viewers, take care. Thank you very much.
Battle control terminated.